Buenos días, estudiantes. ¿Cómo están hoy? Today, you learn about the verb to be in Spanish. The verb to be in Spanish is compound for three verbs. Three verbs. I know this is very hard, but it's necessary you understand because the verb to be is very important in Spanish and English. In Spanish, the verb to be converts in the verb ser, the verb estar, and the verb tener. I know, super complicated, but it's easy if you understand what is a context when you use these verbs. The first verb started for the verb ser. The verb ser is when you talk about or you see about the permanent condition. For example, I am from Cuba. Always, I am from Cuba, but this is a permanent condition. It's impossible to change this. And you need to understand, in Spanish you say, yo soy de Cuba. I am from Cuba. This is a verb ser, or the permanent condition. The second example is the verb estar. The verb estar is a temporary condition. For example, the verb ser, permanent. The verb estar, temporary condition. What is a temporary condition? For example, I am here now. This is a temporary condition because in a few minutes I move to another room in the school, or I move, maybe I am in Mexico this vacation. Okay, this is a temporary condition. Tú estás en Mexico ahora, pero it's possible you change this condition in the few days or when the vacation finish. Okay, and the third verb, or el tercer verbo, is only used in small times. Maybe it's not very common to use it similar to the verb ser or estar. For example, I am hungry. In Spanish, you say tengo hambre. This is a verb tener. Tengo hambre. I am hungry. Or another option is very confused for Spanish people. For example, you say in English, I am 15 years old. When somebody asks you about your age, you respond, I am 15 years old. Okay, in Spanish, if you say this verb, this is a verb to be in English, but in Spanish you say, yo tengo 50 años. Entonces, yo tengo is the verb to be, but this is a third option. This is three simple examples that you have for the verb to be in Spanish. Now, I need you learn about this, and you need create a small sentence, maybe a small sentence you can use. If you don't have a sufficient vocabulary, you can use a Google Translator where you find in the vocabulary words, but I need your first work in the class today. You have in Canvas, in modules, the week 32, you have in Canvas module week 32, you find the worksheet when you need to create, please, minimum 5 sentences for using the verb to be in Spanish. Now, when I show you what is in the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, I show you what is the conjugation for different personal pronouns. For example, another difficult you have from the verb to be in Spanish is the verb ser. The first one, the verb ser, is irregular verb. For example, I say, yo soy, tú eres, él o ella son. Very complicated. This is in present tense. Continue with nosotros is we. Nosotros somos. Ustedes son. Ellos o ellas, they son. Okay, this is a conjugation for the verb ser. Now, in the present tense. Today you only show what is a present tense, and the next class may be continued with the past tense and the future tense. Okay, I continue with the verb estar. Okay, you say in the first person in the singular, yo estoy, and the second person is tú estás. In the third person of singular is, you say, él o ella está. Okay, I continue for the plural. The plural in this case is nosotros estamos. Ustedes están. Or ella o ellos o ellas están. Okay, I continue for the third verb, the verb tener. Okay, in the first tense, the first plural number in Spanish, I say yo tengo. For example, the second of the singular is tú tienes. The third one is él o ella tienen. Okay, I pass for the plural pronouns is nosotros tenemos. Ustedes tienen. Y por último, the last one is ella o ellos tienen. Okay, you have now the conjugation in the present tense in the three verbs we convert in verb to be in Spanish. And you need create, you have in Canvas in week 32, you have a worksheet about you need finish, you have around 20 minutes to read that, to create 5 sentences using the verb to be in the present tense. Remember, you can substitute the verb, whatever personal pronoun for a name. For example, you can use she or he, ella or él, or you're using the name for the whatever friends or whatever option. You can use to the Google Translator for find more options. Okay, I'm waiting here for you finish your assignment. Okay, if you have whatever question, please use in the chat, the personal chat, answer if you have any doubt or you have any question about the conjugation. When you finish, maybe you can read, every student can read 1 or 2 sentences online, but I find what is the correct conjugation and what is if you understand what is exactly the meaning of 3 verbs in Spanish. Okay, remember, so verbo ser, verb ser is a permanent condition. Verbo estar is a temporary condition, and verbo tener is only in 2 or 3 options for the verb to be in Spanish. When you have yo tengo, when you use it about your age or about your when you feel about your have a hungry or something there. Okay guys, but this is time for continue your assignment. I'm waiting here, and in a few minutes if you have Any question, please ask me. Okay? Thank you.